remember how sad Peter and his friends were because Jesus had died. Peter let Jesus down, didn't he? Do you remember how many times Peter had said that he did not know Jesus? That number is important. If you listen carefully to our story, you will hear why. Let's open the book and read Peter's happiest day. What shall we do? Let's open the book.
It was a lovely spring morning. Outside the birds were singing and the sun was shining. But inside the house, it was dark and gloomy. Peter and his friends felt dark and gloomy too. It was now 3 days since Jesus had died on that horrible cross. They all felt very sad and very sorry because they hadn't done anything to help him. They were also afraid to go outside because the people who had killed Jesus might be looking for them too. Suddenly, they heard footsteps outside. There was a gentle knock on the door.
Who is it?
It's me, Mary Magdalene,
A soft voice said. So they opened the door and let her in. Mary was a special friend of Jesus too. Early that morning, she had gone with the other women to visit the place where Jesus had been buried. Now she has something very strange to tell them.
His body has been taken from the tomb. The stone has been moved and the tomb is empty. We don't know where it's gone.
Peter and John wanted to see for themselves, so they hurried off as fast as they could. They ran faster and faster until they came to the cave where Jesus' body had been put. John got there first. He bent down and peeked inside.
All I can see is the strips of cloth that were wrapped around Jesus. Here, Peter.
Peter went right into the cave to see for himself.
Everything's been folded up neatly, but Jesus is definitely not here.
It was all very strange. They walked slowly back to tell the others. They gathered inside the house again. They didn't know what to do, so they waited to see what would happen next. Then, suddenly, Jesus was in the room with them. Jesus, their own dear friend. He was alive. He showed them the marks from the cross on his hands and feet. They were overjoyed. But somehow, deep inside, Peter didn't feel happy. He kept thinking how he had let Jesus down, how he had pretended he hadn't known him. 1, 2, 3 times. Later, the friends decided to go back home to Galilee. But even there, Peter still didn't feel happy deep down inside. Not even when they went fishing, just like in the old days. Then, suddenly, it happened again. Jesus was there on the seashore.
It's Jesus!
Peter was so excited that he jumped out of the boat into the water and splashed his way to meet Jesus. Jesus cooked them all a barbecue breakfast, and when they were all munching happily, he spoke quietly to Peter.
Peter, are you my friend?
Yes, you know I am.
Then Jesus asked the same thing a second time.
Peter, are you my friend?
Peter thought this was a bit strange, but he answered,
Of course I am.
It was only when Jesus asked for a third time,
Peter, are you really my friend?
that he realized what Jesus was doing. Jesus was giving him the chance to put right what he had done wrong. 1, 2, 3 times he had let Jesus down. Now, 1, 2, 3 times he could put that right. Peter looked straight at Jesus and said,
You know everything about me. You know I'm your friend. You're my best friend.
From that happy day, no matter what happened, Peter knew that he would always be Jesus' friend.
So how many times did Peter say he did not know Jesus? Can you remember? It was 3. And how many times did Peter say he was Jesus's friend? That's right, it was 3. Jesus knew just how to put things right with Peter and how to make his friend feel better. Sometimes friends can do things that hurt us. This story shows that it's good to forgive our friends when they are sorry. Close your eyes and think about any friendship that might need mending today. Now I'm going to say a prayer, and if you want to make it your prayer, say Amen at the end after me. Dear God, Jesus always knew the right thing to say to his friends. Help us to say things to our friends that are good and kind, and not say things that are hurtful. Amen.